What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to today's video where we're gonna sit down and we're gonna chat about the best of 2024 so far. We've had a lot of products come out this year. I haven't been able to try every single one of them, but just from the things that I have tried, there's a lot of good stuff. But what is the best? So I went through everything and I pulled out what has been the best to me so far this year, and we've got some really good products that have come out this year. So I'm just going to kind of go in order of application, give you a little rundown on each one, discuss these, and then of course y'all can always throw your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I love chatting with y'all and hearing your opinions, your thoughts, all of the good things. I will also link and list every single one of these products down below in the description box, so if you're curious about any of them, you know where to find them, you know the price, all of that. I have done videos with all of these. Some of them are dedicated videos. Some of them are just kind of thrown into a get ready with me, trying new makeup, things like that. But all of these have already been reviewed with the exception of one, because I do have my final thoughts on it and it needed to be included in this so bad. But the things that I have not completely tested are not included in this. So obviously this is not a final list of the best of 2024. That will be coming at the end of the year. Also, I did not include eyeshadow palettes, and I did not include anything that had like a shade expansion to it or it was a re-release. So like the House Labs blushes, the Patrick Ta blushes, things like that. Those won't be included because they're not brand new products. But let me know if you want to see like a top 10 palettes of 2024 so far, or even ranking all of the palettes that I've tried so far in 2024. I'm kind of toying with the idea of doing one maybe like the end of June. So let me know all of your thoughts, but let's go ahead and jump into this. So we're gonna get started with this one from Catrice. This is the Soft Glam Filter Fluid. I absolutely love this. This came out not too long ago, and this is a glow booster. So it's something that you can wear on its own. You can mix in with your foundation. You can use it as a highlighter, or you can use it as like a glowy primer, and I have been obsessed with this. I have been using it so much because one, it's affordable. It's like $10, and this is glass. You get a nice doe foot applicator. You do get a full 1 fluid ounce of product, but my favorite thing about this is not only the price point, but the shade range. These don't lean yellow, and for me that has been the hardest thing that I have like struggled with trying to find a glow booster. Is they're fine under a foundation because the foundation usually balances it out, but if I want to wear it on my own or mix it in, they're too yellow leaning, and for my cool fair tone skin it doesn't work. But I absolutely love this. It's lightweight, it's not greasy, it's not blinding glowy where you feel like you have a metallic look on your face. It's just absolutely beautiful. I think Catrice killed it with this. In fact, the drugstore has really killed it this year. There's a lot of drugstore in here, and we're gonna get there, but this one, hands down, one of my absolute favorite products of the year, and it will probably be in my top products at the end of the year. Okay, moving on to foundations. We've had a lot of foundations come out this year. I've tried most of them, probably not all of them because there's just been so many, but there's 3 of them that have completely stood out to me. And the first one, you're not going to be surprised. It's the Prada Revealer Foundation. This one, actually, it launched last year, but it came out in the States this year. So it came to Sephora, was it January? Somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly when, but it was like the beginning of this year. This is an absolutely stunning foundation. It's worth every single penny in my opinion. I love it. It's one that I have used so much. You can already see like it's down to here. I've had to stop using it and try other things because this has been my go-to foundation. I love the finish of this. It is a medium coverage. It's more of a skin like finish. It's not super glowy, it's not super matte either. It's very lightweight. It just looks absolutely beautiful on the skin. It wears all day. It doesn't accentuate texture, sink into my fine lines, anything like that. Also, I love that it's refillable. So this is like a $70 foundation, but once you purchase it, you just get the refill, and this is like $50. So it brings it down to more of like a high-end price point. I know it's still a little pricey. Everybody's, you know, worth or what they can afford or what they want to spend their money on is their own business, not mine. I'm just here to tell you what's good and what I love, and to me this is totally worth it. I'm blown away by the price point and the way that this performs from a luxury brand, and It's a favorite, hands down, absolutely a favorite. But I have two from the drugstore that blew me away as well. The first one is the Makeup Revolution Skin Silk Luminous Serum Foundation. This one is almost a spot-on dupe for the Laura Mercier, what is it, the serum foundation. You know what I'm talking about. I didn't pull it. I probably should have. But this is gorgeous. This is super affordable at the drugstore, and it looks stunning on the skin. It just looks so flawless. It gives a good medium, like bordering full coverage, but it's, again, it's another skin-like finish. It dries down. It doesn't accentuate texture, fine lines, anything like that. It wears all day. It's just absolutely beautiful. I don't get quite as long of a wear out of this one as I do the Prada. The Prada, I can get a full 12 hours, no problem. This one is gonna get me really well to a 10-hour mark, and then after that it can kind of break down a little bit, but you know, not everybody is wearing their makeup for a full 12 hours. So if you're looking for something that's going to last all day at an affordable price point and it's just going to give you a flawless airbrush look, this one right here is absolutely stunning. The next one is one that I have not reviewed yet on my channel, but I have used it several times. I'm actually wearing it today and I love it. This one comes to us from Wet n Wild, and this blew my mind. This is the Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint. It's stunning. It is absolutely beautiful. It just gives a gorgeous, like my skin but better look. You can build it up a little bit, but you're not going to get more than like a light medium coverage. But if you put like a good powder on top of it, you can definitely get more of a flawless look. I don't have any powder on with this today. It doesn't dry down completely, but it doesn't feel like flypaper. My hair doesn't stick to it. I don't have any issues with it, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. I love that we have a dropper. It comes in a glass bottle. It's got a really good shade range to it. It lasts all day. Personally, I like it better applied with a brush than with a sponge. I did do it with a sponge today. The sponge is just going to give you a little bit of a lighter coverage, and that's kind of what I was going for. But this one, I love this one so much. This one is better than the CoverGirl one that came out earlier that I really loved. I was going to include that one in here, and then whenever I tried this one and got kind of my final thoughts on it, spoiler alert, it will be an absolute favorite in my future speed reviews video. Once I figured out my final thoughts of this one, I took that one out and put this one in because I just think it's so much better. It's cheaper. This is under $10 and it's stunning. Moving on to concealers, I have three concealers sitting here that have just really blown me away. The first one is from Cover FX, and this is the Skin Discovered Longwear Concealer. I was floored with this one. I have not tried Cover FX in a really long time, and I bought this one on a whim along with their skin tint. It was on sale and I was really intrigued by the claims, and this holds up to it. It is definitely a full coverage concealer, but it's not like the fullest of full coverage concealers out there. There are others that are way fuller coverage than this. It's not going to cover a tattoo. It's not going to erase your past or cover up your deepest, darkest secrets, but it will definitely help with dark circles. It will definitely help with any discoloration, things like that. But my favorite thing about it, it's not heavy. It's not heavy at all. It's very lightweight. It's very flattering. It doesn't settle into the fine lines. It doesn't accentuate texture, and you don't have to set it. It sets down on its own, so you don't have to powder it. It's the one that I'm wearing today, and it blew me away. It had been years since I had tried anything from Cover FX. I almost kind of forgot that they even existed, and this really kind of put the brand back on the map for me. I have been loving this one, but one that I've been loving even more, and you've probably noticed if you've checked my description box, is this one from Cali Ray. This is the Cali Ray Hideaway Serum Concealer, and it's gorgeous. So when this came out, it's supposed to be one of those that like corrects, conceals, all of that in one, and it really does. The shades do not look anything like they do online. This is the shade Dawn, and online it looked almost like a hot pink. It's not. It's a very subtle pink color. I have shown it. I'll give you a little swatch here. So for my fair skin, it just has like that perfect like color correcting to it, but it shears out so beautifully. It's very lightweight. It has almost like a cooling effect to it, and it just wears so beautifully under the eye. Whether you put on a little bit of powder or a lot of powder, it just looks beautiful. You do need to kind of powder it a little bit if you have fine lines or any kind of bags under your eyes that it can settle into, because it will if you don't set it, but it's still lightweight and very beautiful under the eyes even if you do even if you do set it. My goodness. Okay, the last one comes to us from the drugstore, and it is the NYX Pro Fix Correcting Concealer. I was shocked by this because one, it's a stick concealer and they're usually very dry, very tuggy, draggy. This is so creamy, so lightweight, so beautiful. It is a medium coverage and it wears beautifully under the eyes. I have really enjoyed this one as well. I used it in my recent like affordable makeup video because there wasn't a new one out to use, and I just love it. I think it's beautiful. I do have a lot of texture and lines under my eyes. I am getting a little bit older. I'm approaching 40. I know I'm not old. I completely get that, but I am getting older and the lines aren't going away. They're not getting any smoother, but I haven't had any issues with this one. I love the way that it wears. I love the way that it looks. I don't have to set it, but if I want it to look flawless and last longer, I like to set it with a powder. Okay, up next is bronzers. It's been the year of the bronzer for me. I've tried quite a few, but I have 4 sitting here in front of me that have really stood out. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the liquid bronzers. Up first is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Contour Wand. So this is another one of those. It's kind of duping Charlotte Tilbury. It has the poof. It locks, so we really like that. It goes on so creamy. It looks a little pigmented, but it doesn't dry down super fast. It blends out and shears out beautifully. It lasts all day. It goes really well over and under powder products. My only issue with this is the shade range. It only comes in 2 shades. I do have the fair light one, and then there's like a medium dark, but it doesn't go dark enough that it's going to work with really deep skin tones. So keep that in mind that, you know, if the shade's not going to work for you, then it's not going to be a good product. I almost didn't include it because of that, but the formula in here is just too good not to talk about. I wish they would extend the shade line. Maybe they will eventually, but if they would do that, this would be hands down a winner on their hands, but it's still really good. I love it. If the shades work for you, I highly recommend it. The next one, this one really blew me away because I didn't expect much of it. It's the Too Faced, what is it? The Soleil Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. I'm shocked. This is the creamiest contour or bronzing stick I have ever used in my life. It is so beautiful. It is very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way, but it just blends out so beautifully, effortlessly. It's creamy, it's pigmented, it's not overly pigmented, and I just love it. It wears all day. It goes well over and under powder products, so it's a winner. I'm shocked that there's something from Too Faced that I like as much as I do. Okay, we have 2 powder bronzers that I want to talk about. The first one is this one from Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever has really been redoing their line a lot lately, and this is a new bronzer from the brand. It's not a shade extension, it's not a reformulation, it is a new product, and I love this bronzer. I used it so much when I was testing it out. I really do like the way that it looks. It's soft, it's blendable, it's buildable, it's not overly pigmented where you put a bunch on your brush and you're like, oops, that was too much, but it's not so lightly pigmented where you feel like you're digging in forever and ever and ever before you get any payoff. It's absolutely beautiful. I like the shade range. I like the undertones. It is a little bit on the pricier side, but it is a high-end brand at Sephora, but this one is really good. But the one that really blew me away, and I think it blew a lot of people away, is the NYX Buttermelt bronzers. I did purchase 3 of these. I just pulled out number 2, All Buttered Up, because it's my favorite. These are so good, but they're fragrance, so if you don't like fragrance, don't go for these, but these are so beautiful. They are very pigmented, but they blend out beautifully. They're like 10 bucks. The shade range is really good. Again, it's another one of those where the shades that are shown online are not what they look like in person. These all look very red leaning online, and they're not. They are on the warmer side, but they're more of like a flattering warm. They're not like an orange warm. They're more of a natural warm, and I absolutely love this bronzer. I think it's beautiful, it's affordable, and like I said, the drugstore has really done it for me this year. Okay, blush. I have just a couple of blush products. We've had a lot come out, but a lot of them have been reformulations, shade expansions, or re-releases. So when it came to like new blushes, there's not a whole lot of them that have really come out this year if you stop and think about it. But I do have a couple sitting here right in front of me. So the first ones are these from Kaja. These are the Dewy Cheek Bars, I believe is what they're exactly called. Yes, the Dewy Cheek Bars. So I have the shade Grapefruit Gelato and Strawberry Sorbet. These are so good. They are very emollient, so keep that in mind that you do want to put these on under powder, because if you put them on over, they are going to be a little sticky. They're not going to be super sticky to where like everything sticks to your face, but if you don't like any sort of stickiness at your face at all and you like it to kind of feel like it really set down, I would put these on underneath. But they're beautiful. The shades are gorgeous. I like the packaging. I think they're super cute. They have sort of this twist up deodorant style to them. The shade range is really beautiful. These are pigmented enough that if you put on enough and you powder over it, you can still see the color poking through. They're not going to fade away because you powdered over them. They last all day. These are also really comfortable on the lips as well. They're just a beautiful product and I've really been enjoying them. Another one are the liquid blushes from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. So Glaminatrix Cosmetics is an indie brand, and they are one of the indie brands that is slowly starting to step into other products. They're doing more than just eyeshadows, and I love it. But they came out with 5 different cheek and lip tints. This one is the shade Gentle, and I love these. The formula is absolutely gorgeous. They're pigmented without being overly pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. They blend out so beautifully over and under powder products. You can put them over your powdered face and it's not going to feel sticky. They will dry down, but they're not going to lift your makeup. They're not going to patch anything out or do weird like over powder. They don't dry down super fast. You do have time to work with them. They look really nice on the lips as well, but they kind of have like this weird, I guess it's more like a plasticky smell and taste to them. It goes away and they last, but they're not my favorite on the lips, but they definitely work on them. But these are so good. I'm really hoping that they extend the shade range in these as well. Moving on to highlighters, I have a couple of them to talk about. We didn't see a whole lot of highlighters at the beginning of this year, and then I said something about it and it seemed like everybody came out with a highlighter, but I have 2 right here that I feel deserve to be mentioned. So the first one is this one from Iconic London. I'm going to try not to blind you, but it is the Lit and Luminous Baked Highlighter. This is so gorgeous. This is what it looks like right here in the pan, and this is stunning on the cheeks. It doesn't swatch very well. It feels like it's not gonna look beautiful on. Like honestly, first impression, it's kind of like, meh. But once you put it on the cheek, I don't know, there's something about whenever it hits your skin that it's beaming, but it's not like over the top beaming. It's like the perfect amount of highlight. I mean, I love a beaming highlight. I want to be seen from outer space, and this does that without being obnoxious. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So it's not a lit from within, but it's like a perfect beam. It just melts in with the skin. It looks beautiful. It doesn't leave a stripe on the skin. I don't know how this is gonna work for deeper skin tones. I've seen some people with deeper skin tones try it on, but they're not like the deepest of deep skin tones, so maybe I have missed it and somebody has tried it and given their opinion. But as far as I know, for light to probably medium skin tones, it does work out really well. It looks beautiful, and this is such a good highlighter. But the one that just really has taken my breath away and I absolutely love is the Lunar Beauty Moon Shroom highlighter palette. This is so good. I love the formula in here. It is creamy, it's smooth, it's not glittery, it's very reflective. It's not quite as beaming as the Iconic London, but it's not a super subtle highlighter either. And I love that we have 4 shades in here, and these shades are gonna work for all different skin tones. So both of these I can get away with. I just have to go in with a really light hand, but I think that wow. I think they're gonna work out better for a deeper skin tone than they will for mine, but I can still use them as an inner corner shade. Like I said, I can go in with a very light hand, or I like to kind of mix these together with this one and kind of lighten them up a little bit. But this is such a gorgeous formula. I was so excited about it, and I just think that he really did it with this formula right here. It's gorgeous, it's stunning. I'm hoping that we get to see more highlights from Manny in the future. Okay, I have one setting spray that I want to talk about real quick, and it is the NYX The Marshmallow Setting Spray. This one came out at the beginning of this year, and it is so good. It is fragrance, as a lot of NYX's products are, but this one smells like candied marshmallows. It smells so good. If you have the marshmallow primer, this does not smell like that. This smells way better than that. I cannot stand the smell of the marshmallow primer. I think I'm in the minority with that one, but this smells so good. It makes your makeup last all day. It has a very fine mist. It's not super aggressive. It's not the finest on the market, but it's not super aggressive. It doesn't leave water droplets on your makeup. It doesn't disturb anything. It doesn't mess it up. It just looks absolutely beautiful, locks it in, holds it in place. It says it's a matte finish spray, but I don't think it's matte. What I think they mean is if you have a matte makeup look, it's not going to alter that. So if you've got dewy makeup on, it's going to keep it dewy. If you've got a matte makeup look, it's going to keep it matte. So that's kind of what I think they mean by matte, because that's how I've noticed that it works. But I love this. I think it's beautiful. I will hands down absolutely 100% repurchase it when I run out. All right, I've got just a couple of eye products to talk about before we move on to lips. So let's go ahead and start with the ColourPop Cream Gel Eyeliners in multi-chromes. So I know it's not a new formula, but they're multi-chromes, and I just felt like these really need to be talked about because multi-chrome liners are definitely a thing lately, and they are not cheap, and they're usually really hard to find where they actually shift and actually look like a multi-chrome on the eye. ColourPop did it. These are gorgeous. I have 4 of the shades that they've come out with. They are very affordable. They're under the $10 price point, and they're gorgeous. They're shifty. They look good on the waterline. If you put them on as like a wing on your lid, you can definitely see the shift in these, and I think they're beautiful. ColourPop did it, and I love them. Next, we have the CoverGirl Clean Color Eye Colors. They're their eyeshadow sticks that they came out with. I'm so blown away with these. I love a good eyeshadow stick for a day that I'm in a hurry, and these are really good. They don't have any matte shades in the line. I would love to see that eventually from the brand, but they did release a bunch of different shades. They are all shimmers. Again, they don't look in person like they do online. I've actually had a lot of you comment on my video about them, but they're beautiful. They last on my lids all day. I do have very oily lids, and I don't have any issues with creasing. They also work really well if you want to put it on, kind of blend it out, and then throw a shimmer on over it. They work really well for that. So I'm really impressed by these. I think they're beautiful. They're affordable. They're like, I think maybe $11.99, something like that. So way cheaper than like Laura Mercier, Bobbi Brown, Victoria Beckham, NARS, all of those. But this is such a good formula, and I'm really hoping that they extend the shade range on these as well. And last, we have one mascara, and it is the Blend Bunny Omni Lash Mascara. I have really been loving and enjoying this. I did purchase a second one to have on hand. The wand is a little big. It kind of threw me off when I first opened it, but it works really well. Now, when I first used it, I really liked it, and then it's almost like it kind of thinned out a little bit and then it thickened up again. So I like it more now that it's been open than I did whenever I first opened it. But it's a gorgeous mascara. It's just like Blend Bunny said, it's a good mascara. It's going to give you length. It's going to give you volume. It's not going to flake. It's not going to transfer. I just wish it was waterproof, because if I'm having a really watery eye day, this will come off and ruin my makeup. But I love it. It's beautiful. If you don't have that issue, I highly recommend this, and it's not very expensive at all. It definitely has like a drugstore price point, and I love it. It's gorgeous. I highly recommend it. All right. let's go ahead and move on to lips because I have quite a few lip products sitting right here in front of me. So I have one lip liner. It is the lip liner from e.l.f. These are the Cream Glide lip liners. These are so good. They're cheap. They're like $4, I think, or something like that. They come in a bunch of different shades. The shade range isn't the best. It's a lot of pinks and neutrals, which there's not a lot of variety, but I do have, I think, 3 of these now. I picked up a couple more and they're just so good. They are a pencil, so they do sharpen. They're very creamy, but they're not overly creamy. They're not going to slip and slide all over your lip, but they're also going to stay in place all day. It's a beautiful lip liner. I really love them. I've been enjoying them. It's another one that I've been using a lot. But let's move on to lips. So let's start with liquid lips. First up is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. What are these? The Velvet Crush. No, that's the shade. The Lip Velvet. I have the shade Crush. These are a true matte liquid lip formulas, but they are so comfortable on the lip. They do not dry out and make your lips feel crusty or look gross. Somehow they stay hydrated while drying down, staying matte, and lasting all day. These are absolutely beautiful. I want more of these. I am so impressed by these. I think this is hands down the best lip product that ABH has to offer, that they have ever had to offer. These are way better than their other liquid lipsticks. If you know those, you know what I'm talking about. Those are very drying and you feel like you need to constantly be putting like a gloss or something over top of them. I don't feel that way with this one. I love these. They're such a good release from the brand. Okay, 2 lipsticks. I have 2 lipsticks right here. These I have not completely reviewed yet, but they are sitting here to go into speed reviews. I'm just way behind on all of it. Y'all already know the story. It is what it is. But up first is from Merit. These are the matte versions. What is it? These signature matte lipsticks that they came out with. These are so good. They're so beautiful. This is what I have on today. This is in the shade Classic, and it's such a beautiful formula. Again, it's comfortable. It's a true matte. It does transfer, so it's not going to last all day, but the color does last a really good long time. And when it fades beautifully. It doesn't leave like the butthole lips. It doesn't leave like this weird patchy thing. It doesn't dry out my lips either, which is what has always been my issue with matte lipsticks, and I don't have that problem with this. I love it. I love the original Merit formula, so I was hopeful for with this one, but I think I like this formula better. Another matte lip that I really like, that I took a chance on and really blew me away, is from Prada. It is the, I can never remember the name of these, the soft matte lipstick. There's a soft matte and then there's like a true matte or something like that. I can't remember, but this is the shade Beige, and I absolutely love this. This is like a perfect nude. I like to pair this with the Charlotte Tilbury I Need a Nude Fair, or I Need a Nude, no, not I Need a Nude. Hello, that's not Charlotte Tilbury. That is Natasha Denona. The Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Light. That's the one. This is so beautiful. It's comfortable. Again, I think I like the Merit formula just a little bit more, but I like this enough that I would definitely purchase more. It stood out to me. I'm very impressed with it. I'm actually really impressed with Prada Beauty in general. I want to try more from the brand. I'm slowly making my way around to it, but I really enjoyed this lipstick. I love it. It's beautiful. The shade is absolutely stunning. It's not too light, but it's not too dark either, and it's really comfortable on the lips. I like the component. I like everything about it. Okay, let's talk about the Milk Makeup Kush Lip Oil that came out. These are so good. I have been using this nonstop. It actually lives in my purse. It's very nourishing, very hydrating. It lasts a good while. It doesn't last all day, obviously. Any kind of lip oil or lip gloss is not going to, but the effects of it last long after it's gone. So it's not one of those where once it comes off, my lips immediately feel dry and crusty. They still feel hydrated and nourished. I need to slow down on my talking. But they still feel hydrated and nourished even after it comes off. It's thin, but it's not too thin. It's not like really watery to where it's gonna like slip and slide off of your lips, but it's not so thick where it's almost like, that can be a gloss. It's not really an oil. I don't think it matters which shade you get. I swatched them all in store and they all look pretty much the same. They have like the slightest little tint to them, but it's not enough that you're going to need to have all of them. So I would go with whichever flavor is your favorite, but I love these. I think it's such a good formula and I'm so excited for that one from Milk, and I really, really want to buy more. Okay, I have 2 lip glosses sitting here in front of me, and this is the last of the products that we're going to talk about. So first is the Huda Beauty Faux Filler Lip Glosses. I love these. I think these are very underrated. I've heard a lot of people talk about how they don't like them. They feel very goopy on their lips. I don't think they're very goopy. I just think that you have to go in with a very thin layer. It does not take much at all. There's actually a video of Huda showing you that if you just kind of dab a little bit in the middle and kind of smush your lips together, it's perfection, and it is. So what I like about these is they're not a filler in like the sense that they're going to plump your lips and give you that tingle. What they do is they kind of do the same thing as the LYS glosses do, but in my opinion, less sticky than those. I feel like those are so sticky. I don't understand the hype of them, but it's just gonna kind of melt into your lips, fill in any lines, and make your lips look and appear fuller, if that makes any sense. But I really enjoy the formula. I think it's beautiful. I haven't had any issues with it. I haven't had any issues with them being overly goopy or gross. I don't like that they're super hard. Well, not super hard. I have ones that are harder to get out, but they're not the easiest to pull out. But I do like the applicator. It kind of contours to the curve of your lips, and I like the shade range. They do have a little bit of a smell to them, but it's not anything that's going to last a really long time on your lips. Last but not least, we have the, what's it called? The Big Lip Plumpgasm from Charlotte Tilbury. I hate the name of it. I hate the packaging. I think the packaging is very tacky, personally. It looks like she's smoking a cigarette, and I don't know why you would have like, because it doesn't look like she's applying the lipstick. If you look at it, it looks like the lipstick is sticking out of her mouth, because like here's the part that you would put on your lips. I don't know. That's just me. It's not a big deal. It's what's on the inside that counts. And the product on the inside is absolutely beautiful. I love this. It is definitely a plumping lip gloss, but it's not uncomfortable at all in any way. It has like a slight tingle to it, but it doesn't last very long. It doesn't hurt. It's not painful, and it just looks so beautiful on the lips. I love the colors. Both of the colors are gorgeous. I really want to pick up the other one. This is the shade Pillow Talk Fair Medium, and it's just a gorgeous product. It's a gorgeous formula. Like I said, I just hate the packaging, but I've really, really been enjoying this one. It's been kind of a go-to if I want something that's going to give me a little bit of a plumping effect, because it doesn't sting and it doesn't hurt, and that makes me so happy. All right, y'all, so that is going to wrap up this best of 2024 so far. Let me know what you think. We've had so many good releases come out. So many products came out, I feel like, last month, in the month of April, and it was a little overwhelming, but out of everything that I've tried, these are the standouts, these are the favorites, and I'm excited to see what the rest of 2024 has to offer us. What else is on the horizon? I have a whole basket over here of makeup that I have been trying, testing, and there's definitely some contenders in there. There's some good things that I haven't quite gotten my final thoughts on, which is why I didn't include them, but I want to hear from you. Are any of these your favorite products? Is there anything that you think is a standout from this year that I did not include in this list? Let's have that conversation down below. Light up that comment section, and as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching my video and spending your time with me. It truly does mean so much to me. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every single week, most days if not every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. But until my next video, have a good one. Bye.